Well, from the picks to the trades, the NFL draft has kept everybody on their toes. The event started Thursday and ended tonight after the 7th round of picks. Joining us now to talk more about it is doctor and former NFL player Nate Hughes. Nate, thank you so much for being here. We wanted to start with the highlights. So who are some of the big standouts in this year's draft?
This year was full of so much talent. I can't really say that there was a specific standout, but for me, the biggest standout was actually a team who landed two tremendous draft picks in the first round. I think the Philadelphia Eagles hit the jackpot in their first two picks. They got Jalen Carter at number 9, who is a defensive lineman who is a complete monster. And then they got Nolan Smith at the 30th pick, who is a strong, powerful linebacker who ran a 4.39. That's faster than most receivers in the NFL. So the Eagles will be a problem in the NFL for some time to come.
Exciting. Well, we can't wait to watch. So 2 quarterbacks, and I know you know this, Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson signed record contract deals. Jalen has a team representing him, and Lamar doesn't have any agents. His mother helps him negotiate these deals, and now he's the highest paid quarterback of all time. Go Mom. So where do you stand on the pros and cons of having agents after seeing a weekend of these record deals?
First out, big shout out to Mama Jackson, first off, for landing this historic deal. Second big shout out to Miss Lynn. She's doing an awesome job as an agent. When it comes to the pros and cons, obviously there are pros and cons in any decision that we make. With Jalen, I saw no cons at all. His agent is Nicole Lynn. Like I said, she's an exceptional. She's pretty much taken over the game. She's crossed over different terrains as far as the music industry, softball, ballet, just to name a few. But the deal she struck with 5 years, $255 million, I think with 180 in guarantees and no trade clause is phenomenal. If she ever taps into the medical arena, I would love to be a client of hers. In regards to Mama Jackson, I think what she did was use the leverage from a lot of the groundwork that was already done from Nicole Lynn to help negotiate a contract very similar to what the Eagles quarterback got. So his contract was numbers-wise was 5 for $260 with 185 million guarantees. And I purposely don't see a problem with moms representing patients or clients in this situation if they are a player who is of that caliber. I think you can get into the weeds a little bit when you're trying to negotiate a contract for a player who is a middle round draft pick or a undrafted free agent, dealing with the communication with the front offices.
Oh, certainly exciting to watch. We have about 30 seconds left, but I really wanted to ask you this question. So after dealing with this season of traumatic injuries from Tua Tagovailoa, his concussion injury, to Damar Hamlin collapsing on the field, what should the league be doing to make sure young players entering the league are safe?
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. Each team spends a great deal of money on their training staff, as well as their strength and conditioning coaches. Their primary purpose pretty much is to make sure that all those athletes are at the height of their career. They have no physical capabilities to prevent them from delivering on the field. However, concussions will happen. Some of those things are inevitable. There have been so many rule changes. There's been so many changes in the equipment, but it's a violent game played by bigger, stronger players. And I still think the concussions will be a major part. In regards to Hamlin's situation, I think, first of all, his story is nothing short of unremarkable. Him being a world-class athlete is half the reason we're able to have this discussion right now, as well as the other half being the resuscitation efforts done by the staff. But for athletes who have injuries similar to those or who have had injuries in that light, I think that they should undergo some type of full workup to make sure they don't have any underlying issues that predispose them to having those type of injuries again.
Well, certainly great advice. Dr. Nate Hughes, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.